There's a line of dialogue in Transformers Rise of the Beast where Anthony Ramos says, "It's some Indiana Jones shit." And I genuinely can't wait for y'all to see Dial of Destiny now because, believe it or not, these two films have more in common than you may think. It's kind of weird to be comparing these two movies together, but the similarities in plot are spooky. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But if you have seen both the films and know what I'm talking about, do let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, let's get on with this. Hey up guys! So today's movie I'm gonna be discussing on the channel is the 7th, I believe, in the Hasbro Paramount live-action Transformers series. That's if you count Bumblebee. I do. In fact, Bumblebee is probably my favorite film of this entire franchise. This one is called Transformers Rise of the Beasts and is directed by Creed 2 director Stephen Caple Jr. and is set in 1994, so after the events of Bumblebee, but before any of the events of any of the Michael Bay Transformer films. Just gonna say this right now, this movie is not for me. I did not enjoy it. This is not me hating on the film. I just know what I like and what I don't. And to be honest, I've never been a fan of the Transformers movies in general. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sure this movie will have plenty of fans. There were loads of people in the screening I was in last night that seemed to be enjoying themselves. I was not one of them, and that's okay. All I can do as a film vlogger is give you my honest opinion. As I say in all my videos, it's just one bloke's opinion, okay? Feel free to make up your own about it. But yeah, with all the Transformers movies, apart from maybe Bumblebee, they've always just kind of irked me. I find them kind of grating. And this one ticks so many of the boxes of what I don't like about the Transformers movies. For one, the plot is so derivative. It's just another find the MacGuffin, whether it's an Allspark, a matrix of leadership, or a talisman, find a subsequent MacGuffin, and then stop the bad robots from taking over the world. I have seen this done so many times in these movies. I am bored of it. There's no originality in them. It's just the same old recycled story, just repackaged a slightly different way. So yeah, the plot is just uninspired. Even without Michael Bay on board, the dialogue in this film is still so trashy. And it knows that it's trashy and tries to pass it off as meta. There's this new character voiced by Pete Davidson called Mirage, who at one point goes, "Cross my spark and hopes to die," and then goes, "Wow, that was corny," as soon as I said it out loud. And I'm just like, yeesh. Just because your characters are pointing out that it's bad dialogue doesn't excuse the fact that it is bad dialogue. I will say this, the human characters in this Transformers movie aren't as irritating as they usually are. I'll give it that. Like, I actually did enjoy Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback's performances. I thought they did try inject some life into the story, but there were still some annoying side characters. They don't get a lot of dialogue, but they were still just kind of annoying, like this one character called Jillian, and even like some of the supporting robots as well. No, don't like it, sorry. Not that I actually care, but the film also disrupts the canon of the Transformers movies. Like, this film is set in the 90s, and so many people come across Autobots and Terracons, and there's a pretty apocalyptic situation in the finale of this film, and yet everyone seems to be oblivious about Transformers' existence up until the Michael Bay movies, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. As for the visual effects, I mean, they're not awful, but it's just so fucking tedious and mindless watching CGI punching CGI for 2 hours. I just don't get any joy from it. If you do, that's great. Also, the final act of this film has some of the most bland visuals of any summer action CGI-dependent blockbuster movie I've ever seen. It's just this really dull, grey palette, and the word really for it is ugly. The one thing I kind of liked about this film was the music, like the use of needle drops, but I think I'm biased because I'm a 90s bitch and there's a lot of really good 90s songs interspersed throughout the movie. Shall we talk about its Oscars chance? Yeah, can't even do that. Sorry, no. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch it again? Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? I mean, if you like the Transformers movies, then sure. It's just mindless summer escapism. That's who I recommend it for, but if you don't want to watch the same CGI slogfest with the same repackaged story, then no, don't waste your money on it. It's not worth it. And third question, what score to give it out of 10? I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest, okay? I didn't like this movie. I mean, I enjoyed Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback's performances, and I liked some of the needle drops, but that's it. The rest of the film just didn't do it for me. So I'm gonna give Transformers Rise of the Beast a score of 3.5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just One bloke's opinion. I do want to hear from you. Are you excited for Rise of the Beast? Have you seen it? If you have, what do you make of it? Where does it rank for you in your Transformers movie rankings? Whatever you have to say, let your voice be heard in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed this video, help me out by hitting the little thumbs up button. If you want more movie, TV, and Oscars related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Harefield, and I'll see you next time.